the national coordinating unit will not reach to the counties within that 1 hour. So once the information is done as the Vice Chair has proposed, then it needs to be shared with us so that now we are able to forward to the CECs and the chief officers and in our quarterly meetings so that we are able to or the recommendations that come thereof.
Thank you very much. I think, Dr. we say the end justifies the means. We are saying by the involvement of COG, you get quicker results, better results, faster results, because that is our coordinating body.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Dagane, Deputy Governor Garissa. My suggestion is that since the Assembly is tasked on the oversight role, why don't we remove them from the steering committee that chairs, the governor chairs? Let's just have them in any other committee. But the committee where these programs are planned, the budgeting is done, the Assembly should be moved out of that committee. That's my suggestion.
Well, that is discrimination. We go to Tharaka-Nithi, then we come to Laikipia, then we go to Taita Taveta. And we have how many minutes more? Because we agreed we are going to close at 1. Tharaka-Nithi.
Thank you. Mine is an issue that has been raised now by two speakers who have spoken before. The first one was the Deputy Governor from Makueni and then the Deputy Governor of Marsabit. The issue of the County Assembly, it's a very sensitive issue. And I do not want to County Assembly issue as a blanket, but on the issue of having the Speaker sit in this County Program Steering Committee. Because Speaker is a politician, just like the Governor. Most of the speakers, in most cases, I don't know about most counties, but I want to say a disclaimer, I work very well with my speaker, but that does not stop him from being a politician who has interest in one constituency, and sometimes they are very abrasive. If you want this program to succeed and County Assembly have to be involved, I feel the county clerk, who is a technocrat, an officer with a code of conduct, may be more appropriate to be in this committee instead of the Speaker, or instead of also leaving the County Assembly completely out, because we need them for them to understand this process. And we would like an answer to that so that we continue organizing ourselves knowing where we are. In fact, if most of the meetings have taken place, there's a likelihood that this speaker may not have been there, may not have been invited for a reason or another. And when they get to learn about it, this will be a lacuna in the whole process. Thank you.
I think this is for consideration. The two issues have been raised about deputy governors. There is also the issue of either. I heard one team say, exchange the speaker with the majority leader. That other angle is, and I think it was also supported somewhere else, let's exchange the speaker with the clerk, but it's upon you now, because that's not a disease. I think you may need to look at it and see what happens. Laikipia here. Laikipia hasn't spoken. Then we go to I had said Laikipia, then Taita.
Chair, I just want to join the team on the same proposal on the County Assembly. One of the major challenges that we get is when the budget comes from the executive, the changes that are made. And if this counterfunding is going to happen and succeed, it is until we involve the budget committee from the County Assembly. For me, I don't see the value of the speaker in the steering committee. It is better we use the people who actually works with the budget, and this is the clerk and probably the leader of majority, but not the speaker, because the speaker has no influence even when the budget comes forth. Because the issue of counterfunding, where it gets the slash or where it is reduced, it's at the budget committee. And therefore, even after this meeting, they need that sensitization for the budget committee, whether it's the chairs of the various budget committee, for them to understand the importance of the counter funding and the implication that it would have in the budgeting. The second one is on the use of CLI formula. And this it will still continue marginalizing the various counties that have been affected by the formula. Whenever we get the equitable share, a number of the counties have not even been able even to provide service delivery because of that formula. And you, the vice chair, you know that that has been an issue even at the council. And therefore, if we still continue using the formula, even for this kind of funding, then there will continuous marginalization and negative impact to those counties in terms of service delivery.
Thank you very much. I think the issue of counter funding should not be seen as an isolated case for KDSP. NAF-CDP has always had counter funding. KSAP and many other programs have always had. So the same method we have been using, let us work around it. Before Emeritus, you answer, with a lot of respect, there is a lady called from Taita who I had mentioned, could mention, and then you take off kindly.
Thank you, Chair. And I've listened to the presentations and I really appreciate, but I'd like to raise a concern or an observation. As a nation, we went to devolution because of the diversity which exists. Kenya is one nation, but there is a lot of diversity. And in terms of design, it's fine. But when it comes to implementation of this program, we need to look at the contextual issues of each of the counties. I am talking like that because there are lots of demands in terms of counterpart funding, in terms of allocation of resources coming from probably the on-source revenue generation. But then some of the counties, especially the smaller counties, they face a big challenge in relation to raising this counterpart funding. So as we implement, we need to take care of contextual issues of different counties.
Okay. Emeritus.
Yeah, I wanted to suggest, different counties are different. So why don't the Speaker, Majority Leader, or the Majority Leader, why don't we leave it to the Governor to choose? Because they are different. You may find an assembly where the Leader of Majority does not agree with the Governor, or where the Speaker does not even undermine the Governor or something like that, so that we give the Governor the latitude to pick, because for information purposes, to pick somebody he thinks will represent, will get information and get it back to the Assembly for representation.
I hear you, but mustn't we have a standard so that we agree? Because I think currently it is the Speaker. But let's look at that. I hope we are going to give you a few minutes to respond and see. Anybody else, or can we come to a close? It is almost now 1:05. I want to give the opportunity to the team, World Bank and Daktari, so that they can now take any other. Right. So may I kindly give you the opportunity to, a right of reply. You can even come here. So
thank you so much,
okay.
Your Excellency, the Vice Chair. I wish to request that because I came with a huge team, let me inform them to respond to the questions, and I will do it quite fast. So the questions that fall under each key result area, I'll have the manager there responding. Then I have the other teams from various agencies like the PSC. I know they want to respond to a certain question. And then if there is any that will be left unanswered, then I can handle
All right. So kindly coordinate that.
Okay. So Peter, you can start with key result area 1, deal with the questions around that area.
Thank you, Daktari. My name is Peter Akwalo. I'm in charge of key result area 1. I will start with the first one, the involvement of CCM Finance and the CEO. We have been working with them, and we have called them this third meetings, Nick, I think that meeting. Even the last week we were with them, discussing with them, and the The challenge we're having, and not the challenge we're having most of the CCM finance, not the CEO finance, they don't attend, or they attend, they come for 1 hour, and then they leave. We need now to help us on that when it comes to the CCM finance. But the CEO, they have been working. Yeah, we shall be able to give the feedback. We need now to mobilize the other team so that for attendance for the CEO is good, but when it comes to the CC finance, they are busy. They come for that 30 minutes and then they leave. You need now able to control that so that you can able to be getting the. Then the issue of there are many proposals when it comes to the issue of the pending bills, and I thank the governor because governors have given us good proposals, which we shall discuss with the National Treasury, the control of budget, and then see it. We shall sit on that key resort area and able to deny the results. The area of also the institutional arrangement, thank you for your comments, and taken them either we include the leader of majority, the speaker, and the other. We shall be able now to also to discuss on that and give the way forward. But one thing I will say, I will repeat now the Nini. In that steering committee, there is a law of co-opting. You can utilize that if you see what best work for the counties. Because it's your county is unique. In some counties, as we give now the standardization, we put now the clause in that the steering can co-opt. If you see now, they are one of the county, and if I will give an example, is from Bomet. Bomet, when we were there, the chair of the budget was there. If you remember the sensitization now, because we need now to, which you think is work best for the counties. The issue of the clerks, they're in the technical committee. The program has 2 committees. There is a technical committee which discuss, the clerk is a member. But please, the governor as a chair, you can co-opt even an officer, you think has more information to support the program. I think that's now the issue of the CRI formula, I think also is beyond us. I think now there is people from now the CRI and the NINI. That's, I think I have answered. That was now the issue of key resort area 1.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Ruth Musau. I'm in charge of Key Resort Area 2. And the question that was raised by Deputy Governor on Key Resort Area 2 is about rationalization, which was mentioned that may need to be included. When you look at what is being implemented in the Key Resort Area 2, issues of HR. There is HR and skills audit that will be done, and then an implementation plan will have to be prepared by the counties. We also have the special payroll audit that will also be, that was done, and then the counties are supposed to come up with an implementation plan. So for that HR and skills audit, you will find that what may come out of the audit is that some officers may not be placed in the right in the right places where they have been placed. So you may find that some of the recommendations that may come is that some of these staff be moved from here to there, and then the issue of the whole issue of rationalization is picked in the whole issue of HR and PSC here, Public Service Commission, and State Department for Public Service are also supporting counties in terms of that. So rationalization is fully considered in the program. Thank you very much. That was the only question on Key Resort Area 2. Asante.
I will speak to what was raised in regard to Key Resort Area number 3. That is on oversight, participation, and accountability. Allow me to make emphasis to the fact that county assemblies, as the oversight institutions for the county governments, should not be left behind when it comes to implementation of the program. And as Peter has alluded, it will be upon us as we do the midterm review for the program to see how best then we will have the implementation structures that are going to favor the institutional arrangements of the county governments. Having said that, let me speak to an issue that was raised on training of gender officers. Gender issues are part of the minimum access conditions for access of the grants. And we are at an advanced stage to organize for a training for the gender officers. I think we are at the stage of identifying a partner who is accredited by NGEC, who can help us achieve that across the 47 counties. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think we allow the technical agencies to take any other question that has been left. We have PSC.
Thank you. My name is Gilbert Yandiga from the Public Service Commission. I think, Daktari, the question of rationalization has been properly addressed, and I really don't have to repeat it. We have developed guidelines that are going to help the counties do human resource audits, and we have also developed guidelines that are going to help the counties undertake skills gaps analysis. So once the counties have undertaken those activities, then the issue of rationalization will have been taken care of. I think that is basically.
All right. I think we have CRA.
Yeah. So finally, Your Excellency, allow me to invite CLA to deal with the issue of the CLA formula.
The formula is still contentious, will be contentious, might be end up. Maybe we may not even need a formula.
Thank you, Chair. You know, resource sharing will always be contentious.
Yeah.
So, other than just say, don't use the CRA formula, bring a memoranda with a suggestion on how you think maybe it would be better than the CRA one.
Thank you. We have heard you.
Sure. Let me take the advantage of the phone, microphone being near me.
The man speaking is Mr. Kiptarus. He is Treasury. So
thank you, Excellency Governor. The issues that have been introduced, I don't want the project team say they will consult National Treasury. Consult me now. There is, so that we don't waste time. I want to respond to the issues that were raised by Governor of Mombasa on securitization of pending bills. Indeed, the Excellency Governor was in the team that when you met our Waziri, that matter came up. We looked at it as a technical team, and we gave our reply. That was on the basis of that you were taking a loan. But as a matter of policy, we need to revisit this so that we have a policy direction on whether this is a loan or any other alternative. So we need to discuss that further technically. We need to, there is the issue of release of funds from the National Treasury. You know, there is an institution that is not understood. When money is delayed, it is National Treasury. I have a 37-slide presentation that I'm going to leave with you so that you see the actual process. Now, I want to demystify the process of SIGA. This financial year, what caused the delay? Treasury submits these 3 bills faithfully according to Section 42 of PFM, further to the court ruling of petition number 252 of 2016, which was ruled in 2020, that directed the CS National Treasury to develop an alternative instrument. We did, and we have faithfully done it. But where does the delay come from? We submit it by February. Let me tell you, I'm the one responsible for that SIGA. Yeah? We do it by February. It is left National Treasury. Where is the delay? This time, it is delayed in Parliament. Reason? Because of competing interests on RMLF. Does that one have anything to do with National Treasury? So, we have engaged, pause. We have engaged Parliament. We have engaged the 2 houses to pass the legislation. We tried alternatives. When the bill delayed, we wrote to the Attorney General asking to disperse 50%. Yeah? What did the Honorable Attorney General write? He wrote a very long advisory, and I'm going to share with you. It said very clearly, further to that court ruling of 2020, there is no other instrument that will disperse county government additional allocation to counties. Now, there was a proposal to come up maybe exempt. But before I go to exempt, my proposal to that delay in county government additional allocation is to deal with the political issues, separate the political issues from technical issues. Retain only funds that have been cleared, that have no contention in the bill. That is a school of thought that says there is no problem with the bill. It is the political, it is the competing interest, remove them. Deal with RMLF politically. Number two, amend the bill. Amend Section 42. To do what? To provide for 2 bills. We have been in discussion with World Bank under the development operation wherever, DPO. To provide for 2 bills as we speak today. I have already done it. We have done it. We have sent it to the legal. It's on its way to cabinet to approve. But will that one be the solution? Think about it. The same delay might happen again to the 2 bills. Yeah? Think about it. Think about it. So the long-lasting solution is this sensitization, so that we know where the problem is. Now, the other day when His Excellency the President assented to the bill, we have quickly called the Budget Committee of IBEC, which I chair. We have quickly prepared the disbursement schedule and sent to Senate, further to Section 17.7 of PFM, that requires that upon assent, the CS National Treasury prepares disbursement schedule, sends it to the Senate for approval. We have done it. And administratively, we have also shared with our Director General Accounting Services to see how best those funds can be released. Now, the final one is on whether we have an alternative instrument to exempt them. The Constitution says very clearly that funds going to the county shall pass through the CRF, isn't it? From CRF, it moves to the SPA. From SPA, it moves to the project account. That is the Constitution. Parliament, however, have that option because it says unless for funds that a legislative process, there is an alternative instrument to pass it. So I think that those are on SIGA. You will see in my presentation those options that we have. There was an issue of counterpart funds that I want to put it very clearly. You know, in one of the presentations, it was said, oh, National Treasury, Parliament to provide for it. The responsibility of budget provision lies with the MDA through the budget-making process. Look at your budget, provide within your budget. The same applies to the county governments. Look at your budget and allow for counterpart funds. The last one was, so I could see some excitement on changing the governance structure of this KDSP2. I want to invite you to look at the governance structure and the way these proposals can be made. They are not made on plenary like this. You make proposals, let them go through the governance structure, let it be handled through maybe midterm review and all that. And as governors, Excellency governors, there is a very important instrument that you need to have, the financing agreement. Look at what is contained in that financing agreement before you make any proposals, because it might cause further delay. So with that, Excellency governors, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kiptarus. We have heard you, and I want to give guidance. We were here today for sensitization. But as we get sensitized, as we discuss, we must never lose sight of the goal. What do we want? We want to make sure we achieve the set goals for KDSP2, isn't it? And I don't care what we do, whether we change formulas, whether Kiptaros becomes KCRA or whatever. The bottom line is, how do we ensure efficiency and that all counties achieve their goal? This is a loan that we shall pay for as a country, and therefore, considering this is And if you remember what I said from the onset, that this is a partner, this is a space where devolution is not being emasculated. You heard me say that from the beginning, because we can see where we are going. As we go, let's say a few things. Number one, we have heard there are a number of things that need further discussion. And really, I have listened to someone called the president in this country saying that a good idea gives way to a better idea, but even a better idea gives way to an excellent idea. That is how it should be. Number one, for efficiency and for what we have just gone through, I think we all agree that there has been some gaps, especially in communication between this team and the COG. And for us to be very, very efficient, I would humbly request, Daktari, if we can bring in, number one, I had spoken earlier and said, COG is our coordinating body. We are here because they invited us. If you try to raise 20 governors, it might be impossible. But COG can get 40 here. So 47, let's use that as an avenue, and let's take it here, that your communication, because it is just at the tap of a button, it will go through the COG, so that now from there, we are all on board. Would that one hurt anybody from your end, or do we need another structure? I'm only asking, because, Cheboy is saying something. But, Daktari, you get my point. You have your coordination team at that level, but we also, I don't know, CEO, do we have a KDSP2 officer within the COG? We already have. So that, if you coordinate through that, then we are. But let's see how Cheboy says.
Earlier I had the chair. Someone said that sometimes the officers that we send, or that are invited to attend meetings here, come here for 1 hour and disappear. This is because of what you have just said. The officers are invited and they travel without the knowledge of the governor, and they come and do their things instead of coming to do the meetings here. So if you go through the Council of Governors and the governor becomes aware that the CEC is coming, then he will demand a report after going back. Otherwise, if we are told that someone has come here and disappeared for 1 hour, and he has come here for 1 week, using public resources, sometimes they are paid per diems at the county and paid per diems in this meeting, and they go doing their things. We should know how to manage them in that manner.
I hear you. So, Daktari, our recommendation and the resolution we should take here is because as we listened to you, we could see that gap. How you reach out to our people, sometimes you go through the devolution ministry, that's okay. Mara sijui. And for us, anything that has to, if you want a director, you write through the COG writes to the governor releases that officer. And it works very well in no other area. So you look at that, and I think you coordinate with our CEO, and we'll be able to go there. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Professor, the last one.
Mr. Chairman, let's be liberal. Yes, as much as possible, communication should go to the COG.
Yeah.
But in an emergency,
yes,
where a government department needs the presence of a county representation, minister, something like that, the best thing to do is to call the governor or send a copy of your letter you have sent to somebody to the governor. Then the governor will release the person or know where they are or take responsibility. Because sometimes if you write the letter to COG, something which is very immediate, it may take too long. So let's give the government leeway. In an emergency, just send a letter to the person concerned, but inform the governor so the government takes the responsibility of releasing that particular officer to attend the meeting. That's what I would propose.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our first session. Thank you for your very, very insightful contributions and your very robust participation. Let us focus on ensuring that those of us who have been sensitized now have a duty to go to the next step to try and understand. Governors, you are in charge. You are the ones sharing that county committee. Please do it so that all things go out well. All other recommendations, I think we work with them. And I would be failing in my duty if I did not, for now, as the chair of the Devolution Conference, in this venue, invite all of you to register and join with us on the 12th and the 13th, 12th to the 14th in Homa Bay. August. We will be going to Homa Bay for the Devolution Conference, and I think we want to invite all of us, some of you, those that can participate, those that can sponsor, those that can work with us. Let us be there. As far as the deputy governors are concerned, I am sure you are well aware that you are in that program too. So don't feel left behind. Let's work together. Let's go to Homa Bay. Let's go and enjoy that. It's a county of endless potential, and all shall be well. Otherwise, I think now I'll hand over to who? To CEO to come and then do the necessary, and then I'm sure we are all hungry. God bless. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency Governors, Deputy Governors, PS, CEOs and colleagues from national government and county governments, good afternoon. My name is Mahat Shale. I am the Secretary, Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations, State Department for Devolution. I don't have much to say because my PS has spoken. I would like to welcome Oliver Mwenda, who will be facilitating the next session. Oliver, welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I think we're entering the session where we were all anticipating, and we should be entering the session where we are launching KDSP2. So without, I don't have much to, I would not like to interrupt so much, but we have, as KDSP2, developed a mini documentary that speaks to the program, and would like to just get your attention for 6 minutes only. Please just give us your attention, because the documentary is as a result of interviews that we had with the thought leaders, and we'd like to actually speak more about this program. So I'd like you all to just give us a brief 6 minutes. Let's all pay attention. Thank you very much. Then I'll continue with the program.
Devolution as a system of governance came into being with the promulgation of the Constitution of Kenya in 2010. Consequently, the 47 county governments were established following the March 4th, 2013 election as part of the implementation of the devolved system of government.
The Second Kenya Devolution Support Program is a program that is supported jointly by the World Bank and the Government of Kenya. And it provides counties with technical support and capacity building to implement reforms in sustainable financing, institutional performance, and also in the governmental relations and also areas of human resource.
It's been 12 years since the county governments were established. The KDSP1 was implemented between 2016 and 2021. We are now implementing KDSP2.
Now from 2023 is when KDSP2 was designed. The process of designing started in March 2023. It was a lengthy process until December 2023 when the program was approved. During the designing, there were various activities that were undertaken. One is a study for the county government to assess the bottlenecks that are there in governance. Additionally, after that, once we realized the bottlenecks, then we started the process of designing. We had various meetings and then missions together with the implementing agencies and even the World Bank. And then the program was negotiated in November 2023, and after that we had the approval. During the process of designing also, a concept note was developed and approved by the National Treasury, and also there was a cabinet memo that was passed through the cabinet. So briefly, that is the design process.
The reforms under the program are implemented by the 47 county governments supported by 19 national ministries and department agencies.
KDSP2 has come in handy to ensure that we strengthen systems in those 4 areas. And for the system that the component that you're leading is one on performance management, public participation, and of course strengthening finance and expenditure management at the lowest level.
What KDSP is supporting us is to be able to develop a framework that will allow now that the summit with its secretariat IGRTC develops that report, submits the report to the summit. The summit deliberates, adopts that report, and that report should be handed over now to the legislatures.
Devolution is very simple. The fact that we can be able to access services at the closest door of every Mwananchi, for me that is devolution. The fact that we have healthcare working for the lowest common Mwananchi, that people no longer travel from the far-flung counties to come for dialysis at Kenyatta Hospital, for me that is devolution. The fact that we can go to any nearest government office, county government's office, get approvals for planning of the houses and the like, for me that devolution. The fact that children, the little children can be able to access basic education in the ECD centers that was initially not coordinated, not structured, with a strict career guideline that is operational, standardized, for me, that is devolution.
There are a number of reforms the program aims to achieve.
For the national government level, their work was mostly to provide technical assistance to the counties to be able to implement the program.
Program development objective is to make devolution work.
Devolution is not about county governments, it's not about governors, it's about everybody from the national government, private sector, development partners, and every Mwananchi in this country, because devolution affects everyone in this country.
Sincerely, devolution to me is, I think, among us a few things that I live for is devolution.
In devolution, as here we call ourselves a mother of devolution.
I am a child of the vision of the president of bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
To realize the success, we all need to work together with a unity of purpose, strengthening devolution, transforming lives.
Thank you so much, everyone, for that. Let's give the team that made this a round of applause, please. So as the speaker said, we have to work together as a team. And I think that's the most fundamental thing that we can do to make sure the program succeeds. I wouldn't want to take much time. I'd like to invite the PS Devolution to just make his remark, and then we may proceed with the program. So the PS, please just come and make your remark. And as he comes, please let's give him a round of applause just to encourage him. I know it's almost lunchtime. Let's give him a round of applause before he comes, and then we can continue with the program. Thank you very much.
Excellencies, governors and deputy governors, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. I can hear the high table here murmuring that we need to wind up. So just 5 minutes, then we can launch we have our dummy check here too. First, I would like to give some comments. Firstly, Your Excellency, the Vice Chair of COG, on the issue of, changing the government officials often, so that nowadays you can't even know who is a CS or a PS. I've just said that I'm a child of devolution, and that's where I want to go. So you, as a champion of devolution, which I believe you are, that's where we are going. You will not know who will be there. Everyone. Kenya has the strongest human capital, human resource in East Africa, if not in Africa. So anyone can be anything. So personally, I come from Samburu. My name is Elena Salon. So it's difficult to hear those names, but with devolution, you can. So these issues of people staying in high offices, and the youth will see them over the years as they grow, and then Gen Z starts calling them dinosaurs. We have to demystify. Ladies and gentlemen, the State Department for Devolution operates under the Executive Office of the President, specifically within the Office of the Deputy President. This is, I think this is, the State Department is strategically placed within the second highest office in the country, affirming the critical importance of and strength of our mandate, equivalent to that of any other state department. Accordingly, there is no ambiguity or gap in our capacity to deliver on our responsibilities. The State Department remains fully functional and committed to its service delivery mandate. In line with this position and mandate, the State Department for Devolution rightfully serves as the coordinating agency for all donor programs within the devolution sector. This role is not only appropriate, but essential for ensuring streamlined collaboration, accountability, and impact across impact across the sector. On to my remarks. As we usher in KDSP2, it is vital that we reflect on the journey of devolution in Kenya. At just over a decade old, our devolved systems has achieved commendable milestones, many of which have been eloquently captured by previous speakers, but we must constantly return the founding ideals of devolution. Why did Kenya overwhelmingly support it? What problems was it meant to solve? What was in the midst of the frameworks of our Constitution? In my view, at its core, devolution was about equity, empowerment, and transformation. It is about taking services, resources, and decision-making closer to the people. One of the key steps towards realizing these ideas is the unbundling of functions. And I am pleased to report that the State Department for Devolution, working closely with the key stakeholders, especially the Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, IRTC, has made significant progress in actualizing the presidential directive on full unbundling of functions by July this year. I'm confident that the subsequent steps, including the strength of corresponding resources, will follow systematically and efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, KDSP2 is the product of extensive consultation involving the national government, World Bank, and 47 county governments, and various ministries, departments, and agencies. During its design, critical capacity gaps that hinder county service delivery were identified. In response, targeted reforms interventions were crafted to address them. It is important to emphasize that the counties are at the heart of KDSP2. National MDAs will provide technical support, but the program's vision is to empower county governments to better serve their people and to ensure devolution works, and not just in theory, but in practice. Because I believe our county governments, we don't lack the willpower, we just need to change our approaches. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond discussing matters reforms in devolution, we meet this afternoon to chart a way forward for devolution, to ensure devolution works and serves the purpose to which it was envisioned. As we all know, the country currently faces fiscal constraints which have affected available resources across the board. Yet within the challenge lies a great opportunity, an opportunity to rethink and strengthen on-source revenue collection at county level. Under KDSP2, OSR is a key reform outcome. I commend the Commission on Revenue Allocation for its leadership in developing revenue mapping guidelines, which have already helped counties like Machakos and Mombasa identify and optimize diverse revenue streams, despite the high cost of mapping exercise. These guidelines assist county governments to identify different revenue streams, learning which one gives more revenue compared to others. Your Excellencies, another foundational principle of devolution is public participation. But we must now ask, are we truly proactive in involving citizens in decision-making, or are we merely reactive? As leaders in the development space, we must adopt modern, inclusive, and effective public participation models. Citizens must be part of the process, not just as observers, but as co-creators of the development agenda. In the new era of information age, it behooves us as leaders in the devolution space to rethink how to structure successful public participation models. When citizens are involved in decision-making, it makes it easier for county governments to identify the right projects to implement. This is because these projects reflect the wishes of the people. I'm pleased to note that under KDSP2, counties have established program management units and community project management committees, which empower citizens to oversee the implementation of development projects. This participatory approach will ensure alignment between local priorities and county investments, eliminating white elephants projects that serve no one. Your Excellencies, the Constitution reminds us that the two levels of government are distinct but interdependent and must relate through consultation and cooperation. As a State Department, we continue to foster a strong, respectful relationship with our county counterparts, guided by mutual trust and open dialogue. Because we are all, we are one nation. It's just one country. We have had the other more advanced democracies like USA, even Switzerland, Canada. You have never had them having issues of, where they place themselves in the law, because they are just one people and one nation. In this spirit, we are working closely with the Council of Governors to prepare for the upcoming devolution conference in Homa Bay County, which is yet another platform to advance this shared agenda. As I conclude, allow me to underscore that the grants and reforms embedded within KDSP2 present a tremendous opportunity for counties to strengthen governance, service delivery, and citizen trust. I urge county leadership to fully support the implementation teams, provide strategic guidance, and champion this next phase of Kenya's devolution journey. Let us work hand in hand to ensure that the KDSP turn out as a shining example of what can be accomplished through collaborative efforts between the two levels of government. At its heart, KDSP2 is about dialogue and partnership. Let us seize this opportunity. Let us invest in building a robust, self-reliant, and sustainable system of devolved governance. We owe it to ourselves and to future generations. In closing, allow me to extend our deepest appreciation to the World Bank for their continued support, technical input, and steadfast partnership with the State Department and other government actors in designing this program. We, the State Department of Devolution, are incredibly proud to be part of this transformative program and are committed as ever to support devolution. We at the State Department of Devolution are proud to be part of this transformative program, and we remain absolutely committed to ensuring that devolution delivers. Excellencies, we need to change the notion that the county governments are administrative units. They are actually county governments are what our communities depend on. They are the transforming engines of our people. So with those few remarks, Thank you, and may God bless you, and may God bless Kenya. And now we can begin with the launch. We have, I can give my team to take over. Thank you. So you can invite us.
Yeah, we'll have the chair of council. He's just come, so we can speak.
Okay. So I am informed that the chair of Council of Governors is here. The vice chair? Okay.
Thank you very much, PS. Chair, I want to report that I have enjoyed being chair and representing you in your absence. I have behaved as I should. You know, Nyeri suffered something the other day. Now, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to recognize the presence of the governor of Turkana, His Excellency Jeremiah Ekamais Lomorukai. He is here, kindly. And even as we do that, I want to bring to you, Chair, we have had a very robust, a very wonderful day. We have been sensitized. We are working well in this matter. And I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to come and make your remarks as we prepare to launch the KDSP2. Karibu, the chair of the COG, the first one from Northeastern, His Excellency Abdullahi Ahmed. Kindly give him a clap as he comes.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair. Vice Chair, you don't have to worry. We can't impeach two people from Nyeri in a span of 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really sorry. I was working with the initial timings. I had a Senate session this morning. So I was at the County Public Accounts Committee, but given the importance of this meeting, I said immediately after that session, I'll still come. And the initial timings were that I was to join the Deputy President in the afternoon. But I do understand that due to the exigencies of work, he could not be here. So if I may just make my remarks. Excellency, Governors present, representatives of the World Bank, the Principal Secretaries, Principal Secretary for Devolution was here before me, the CEO of the Council of Governors, all other partners here present, invited participants, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to stand before you today as we officially launch the second Kenya Devolution Support Program, KDSP2, a program anchored on the firm belief that well-governed county governments are the key to a stronger and more equitable Kenya. Allow me, from the onset, to sincerely appreciate the World Bank for its continued support and unwavering support to devolution in Kenya. Allow me, from the onset, to sincerely appreciate the World Bank for its continued and unwavering support for devolution in Kenya. Through its partnership in various devolved programs, and especially in the design and implementation of these programs, the World Bank has consistently championed the need for direct resource allocation to county governments to enable impactful grassroots-level development. As a Council of Governors, we say thank you. As we look to the future with KDSP2, it's important to reflect on the resounding success of the first phase, KDSP1. This foundational phase played a pivotal role in setting up our county governments, enabling them to deliver the much-needed infrastructure and essential services that transformed the lives of millions. Ladies and gentlemen, KDSP2 seeks to build on the legacy of KDSP1 with a sharper focus on reforms, performance, and inclusion. The design and objectives of KDSP2 are fully aligned with the pressing needs and priorities of county governments. The program is tailored to address real changes on the ground and to strengthen institutional systems for more effective, accountable, and sustainable service delivery. I'd like to particularly commend KDSP2 for its strategic focus on strengthening county financing and expenditure management to promote fiscal expenditure, transparency, and efficient use of public resources. Addressing human resource challenges through equitable deployment, capacity building, and enhanced personnel management, institutionalizing performance management, ensuring that county operations are guided by the results-based frameworks that reinforce accountability and drive continuous improvement. And lastly, enhancing public participation and accountability, deepening citizen engagement and trust in devolved governance structures. These focus areas are not only central to the success of devolution, but are also fundamental to improving the quality of life for all Kenyans. They will ensure that county governments become more responsive, inclusive, and development-oriented. As I conclude, allow me to extend our deepest gratitude once again to the World Bank for accepting to work directly with counties on functions that are devolved and transferred. I just want to add that we also share your frustration as development partners in the flow of funds, in the timely disbursement and release of funds for projects, and especially in timely appropriation of funds. And I've had the country director of World Bank with respect to the frustration that the bank has when it comes to the passing of the County Government's Additional Allocation Act. We have shared that frustration with the Senate Budget and Appropriations Committee. We have raised it in IBEC. We will continue to raise it. It's our hope and prayer that we will get back to the system that we initially had, where County Additional Allocation Act is somewhat combined with the County Allocation of Revenue Act, so that we do not have two acts funding county governments where one is passed well before the other. For this fiscal year, for instance, we are yet, as counties, to actually receive the monies that were appropriated under the County Government's Additional Allocation Act. And it's barely how many days to the fiscal year end? Less than. We are now mid-May, and May. And usually, the procurement system does not allow you to access or commit new procurement towards the end of May. So the month of June usually becomes that much more difficult to commit anything. But we're still negotiating with the National Treasury to ensure that the funds are released and disbursed to the special purpose accounts so that at least we avoid the step of reappropriation next year at the national level. We can do the reappropriation at the county level. So allow me, on behalf of all county governments and the Council of Governors, to reaffirm our commitment to the successful implementation of KDSP2. We stand ready to work collaboratively with all the stakeholders to ensure that the program achieves its intended impact. And with those remarks, and I'm really sorry that I missed out on the juicy discussions and debate, so I don't want to say anything lest I say something that wasn't said or wasn't intended to be said. May I then declare KDSP2 officially launched. I thank you all.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give him another round of applause, please. So we almost get into the tail end of today's activity. And at this time, I'd like to still, with apologies, call the chair back. We will be launching a number of documents. One will be the OSR mapping guidelines. 2 will be the KDSP2 project stock-taking guidelines and integrated performance management guidelines. At this juncture, I'd like to call the chair, please. I'd also like to, and the vice chair, please. I'd like to call the CEO for COG, please, to come forward. I'd like to call the PS, Devolution, please, to come forward. IGRTC chair, I think I've seen him. Please, please. And I think the National Treasury representative, I think I've seen now. Yes, yes. So we will be, Muka. And also, we would like to, I've just been directed very well, that we can call all the governors up, because we are launching the documents that which touch on all county operations. So, Your Excellency, please let me have just 1 minute of your time. Please just come up, even as we launch the documents. And even as they come up, let's give them a round of applause, please. So we can go on extreme left. We will see from the other side. I'm informed the CEO for IGRTC will take his place. So please, CEO, please. So our main attraction is on my left side, even as we launch. So Chair, let us give space on the left side so that they can see. Okay. So Chair, we'll do the countdown from 10 to 1. So and a period of work and document from Devolution from how it works. And thank you very much for support. So let's give just a final round of applause, please, everyone. You may have, let's go to the last, as the governors have their seat, we are going to the last period where we'll be handing over the check. Okay, so let me still have the chair, the vice chair, and the governors, please. Only the governors and the vice chair and the COG. We'd also like to invite the World Bank representative, please. Let's go back, please. Just 1 minute. Let's do the handover for the check. We'll have to have the governors, the World Bank. I'd like to have Anne, please, from the World Bank. I'd also like to have Manuel, please, from the World Bank. And this time, the PS for Devolution will be handing over, in partnership with the World Bank, will be handing over the check for the KDSP2 program. I think the World Bank rep can come here, please, on my side here. The chair COG could be on the farther left. And we will have the official handover of the check from the check will be handed over by the PS to the chair of the COG in collaboration with the World Bank. So, as you can see as you can all see, this is a huge program. Westin and Lucy, please. Okay, thank you very much. So let's have this photo session even as the PS for Devolution hands over the check. So let's give a round of applause from everyone. This is a huge testament of what KDSP program is all about. And Dr. Nyaga, please also be on the picture. Yes, thank you. Let's have a photo session for the journalists, and we can proceed from there. So thank you very much. So even before, I'd like the participant not to please leave so that we can hand you the gift even as you come sit down and we end the program. So please, our ushers, please come with the gifts for the governors. Please have them distributed accordingly before they sit down, please. And we can have the photo session with the gifts. So let's have the gifts, please, distributed. So these are gift bags from KDSP2 to all the governors, respectively, including all the books that we have launched today. So let's give a round of applause even as they get. Please, let's encourage everyone. Thank you very much. And as you maybe we can just have a small photo, please. A small photo session with the bags, please. Please, let's have the photo. I beg for your indulgence. Let's have the gift bags, please. Let's have the gift bags so that we can save on time. Please, let's have the gift bags distributed, please. And then you can have one last final photo session. Then we can proceed to the next session and end the program. So let's have the photo session, please. I think we're done now with the gifts. Okay, so let's have the photo session, please. Ushers, let's wind up. Yeah, and you can also remove the books. You can just remove the books so we can have a good photo. Migori, what else is remaining? Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we're good. Let's have the photo and then we can proceed. Thank you very much. Let's have a group photo, please. Yeah. You may remove the books that are there. The one with the county, whichever one that you. Let's remove the books from the. Let's remove the books so that you can have a good photo. Good, good. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your indulgence. Asante sana. Good. So we go to the last session of the program, and I urge. Thank you very much, Governors, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Thank you for your patience, even as we conclude the program for today. Tim, you'll pray. So, I think as we come to the close of today's program, on behalf of Kenya Devolution Support Program, on behalf of State Department of Devolution, on behalf of all devolution players, we say thank you to Your Excellencies for honoring this invite. We say thank you for the participants for honoring